Doing a quick Grom update. This is my 2017 Grom. Bought it beginning of December 2016. So the mods I have on here so far are this is the Vagabond Motorsports Fender eliminator. It's got the stock turn signals. It's a really nice kit. Super cheap. It's around $70 I think, and compared to the Yoshimura and all that, it's about $30 to $40 cheaper. So, and it's a really nice kit. You can get on Amazon. Next up, I have steel braided brake lines, front and rear. Front here. They make a huge difference. That's one of the first things I did to this bike when I got it. It improved brake pressure and braking force by, I would say, 25% at least. Alright. Next up, I have these RNG frame sliders. These are for the 2016 to 2013, I believe, models of the Grom, but they fit fine on here. I got shipped one of the wrong brackets, so I had to wait a little while to to install it until I got the right bracket, but that was good. Works real sturdy, and it doesn't all rely on the motor to support the bike when you go down, because there's no frame on the Grom that you can really mount to. But the way this thing is set up, it really reduces the stress on the engine. And then I've got the M4 exhaust all the way from the header to the exhaust. It's probably the second loudest exhaust I think you can get on this thing. I didn't get it because it was loud. I just got it because of the price and also the look. It's pretty good looking, and yeah, it was reasonably priced, and I heard some sound clips of it and it sounded great, and so I picked it up. With the baffle in, it's actually really tame, but I chose to run it without the baffle just because it gives that really deep growl without it. It sounds really nice. I also put on this RNG exhaust slider. It's actually not made for, RNG doesn't make anything for a 3-inch round exhaust. The smallest they have is 4-inch, which is what this is. It's like a 4 to 6-inch round exhaust, but I managed to just squeeze it around there, and it did break down here a little bit, but it's holding up so far. I've been down on this once already, and luckily it was on the other side, the left side of the bike, and so I just don't want this $350 exhaust to get messed up if I do go down on this side, so just some extra protection. Moving up, we've got the bar end lever protectors. These are like $30 on Amazon. It says CNC aluminum bar ends, but actually the only thing aluminum is the end here, this part, and this thing is just plastic. And it does come with two extra ones of these in case you do slide and scuff them up. You can just replace them. Next thing is the mirrors. These are $80 on Amazon. It took a while to ship because I think they're from Taiwan. They're okay. They look good, but the mirrors they're just too small for them to be really useful. I mean, they work, but it's just it's not optimal. But they're definitely better than stock. So I also have the RAM mount phone mount. I also have the Pro Taper Honda Mini bar. It's definitely recommend this upgrade. It was the first thing you should do. Brings your hands lower and a little far forward, which is what you want. With the stock bars, they're a little narrow, so just the slightest input of steering can really make the bike nervous, and it just didn't feel stable at all to me, so this was a definite upgrade. What else? I've got these black levers. I think they're like $30 on Amazon. You can't go wrong with these. I mean, eBay levers, they've been tested, and they work just as well as my ASVs here. These are like $120 each. So, yeah, I ran eBay levers on this thing for a long time, and I have them on here, and you can't go wrong. It's definitely worth the money. That's the first thing I did on this bike, is change the levers. I don't like stock levers. They're too big and clunky, and they just don't look good at all. I also have on the brakes, got EBC pads up front, double H sintered. They're the best, strongest biting pads you can get for the street, so they're definitely worth it. They're only like $25. And I've got I didn't know you can get rear pads from EBC on the Grom, but I just ordered a pair off of Amazon as well, once I found out the part number. So those are coming probably on Monday, in a couple of days. So that would be good. The rear brake is not too great on here. So I don't know, might have to. The rear brake's not critical, but it's definitely useful. I really do use it, and on the Grom, the rear brake, you really have to stand on it to really get some power. But it works. It does its job. The front brake, definitely gonna go with the big brake upgrade kit. You get the bigger rotor, and then it comes with a bracket to pull the caliper out farther. And then eventually I get the Brembo caliper and the Brembo master cylinder to top it off. Brakes are really important to me, and so that stuff is definitely something I want to upgrade soon. I also have a K&N filter in the stock airbox. I'd done the airbox mod, where I turned the air intake from facing rearward to facing frontward. That's been good. I also removed the restriction inside the airbox. You can look that up, the airbox mod. It's pretty simple to do. So yeah, with all these mods, this bike, it's really does everything you asked it to do. Stock, I wasn't comfortable on the freeway with it. It cruises around 55, 52, something like that stock, and that's just not. I don't think that's safe on the freeway. Even though, I mean, it's legal and you can do it, but it's just, I didn't feel safe driving it home on the freeway. So, but with exhaust and the air intake, it's really changed the bike. So now I can cruise around 60, 62 on the freeway, no problem. If I tuck, looking like an idiot, I have gotten up to 72 downhill. But you can't sustain that kind of speed on flat. But now I'm definitely more comfortable on the freeway with this thing, with the mods that are on it. Next up, I'm gonna do the Öhlins front fork refork kit. These, as you can tell, I've bottomed these out more than once. The suspension on the Grom is absolutely terrible. That's one negative about the Grom. The suspension is just crap. So yeah, I'm gonna get the Öhlins fork kit for here, for the front, as well as the Öhlins rear shock. I'm gonna get that. Total both of them together is around $800. So it's a little pricey, but I think for what I want to use this bike for, it's definitely worth it. It's more of a training bike for me than anything, and when I'm taking corners hard and the front suspension is already fully compressed in the corner, if you hit a bump, if you hit a bump while the front suspension is fully compressed, it's just gonna wash out. And I've already seen a couple of videos on YouTube of people crashing on the Grom from that exact same problem, because they don't upgrade their front suspension and they're just taking corners a little too hard. They hit a bump, there's no more suspension travel, and so the only thing they can give is the tire. And another thing on the tires, these aren't actually too bad. I know the older generation Grom came with V-rubbers, and the manual for this actually says V-rubbers, but these tires are not V-rubber. They're called IRC. It's an IRC tire, I guess. Never really heard of them, but they're definitely not V-rubbers because they actually work. Yeah, I can't complain about the tires. I was thinking of swapping those out, but they've held up well and they've done their job. So we'll keep those. Yeah, that's it. Quick look at this bike. Something weird about the Grom, this generation Grom, it comes with these new LED headlights, which are sweet. They're not too bright, but they flicker a lot with the idle. I'm not sure if it's from the vibration of the headlight, because the vibration is pretty bad at a stop with this thing. The whole bike shakes. Maybe that's what it's from, but yeah, that's kind of an issue I'm looking to see what I can do about. So yeah.